Well, we have our official weigh-in from Amberlynn Reid. But first, she did completed day 6 of her modified jumping jack challenge. She made it to 50 modified jumping jacks. Now, you could tell she was struggling. You could hear even the breathing this time. It's getting tough, really difficult for her. She complains that her upper part of her arms are just killing her. She's not complaining about her legs hurting her at all, which I find strange because it would seem to me that she would use her arms more than she would use her legs. You know, like a lot of the girls, they don't tend to walk around that much. And, she's actually moving them legs. And, not being mean, but her legs are extremely heavy. So I would think she would be feeling it in the legs. But no, she says it's just in the arms. So she says that she may have to stay at 50 for a few days because it's just hurting that bad. So on her weigh-in video, she starts first by telling us that she's already made it to day 22 and she has had 0 slip-ups. Do I believe that? And not really. I'm sure she probably has had a little slip up here or there, ate something she didn't weigh out, or something she didn't count the calories. I'm sure. And that's not a big deal, you know. She says she's been dieting since the age of 10, but she has never stayed on track for 22 days with no slip-ups at all. She said she would have cheat meals, cheat days, isn't it? I don't know. I still think she snuck stuff in here and there, and that's fine. That's fine. She says she started this on day 1. She said she was 549 pounds. I still think 649, but she's making progress. So, hey, I mean, she just does not look in the 500s to me. She just really does not. Then day 15, she was down to 527.6. Now on this one, day 22, she weighed in at 518.4. So that is a loss of 9.2 pounds for the week. And she's very excited about this, as she should be. That's great progress. Great progress. 10 pounds in a week, and I think she lost close to 10 pounds last week. That's great. That's very good progress. But someone her size, it doesn't take that much effort to lose that much. Because just like she's doing, cutting the calories, and she sees the weight coming off. She says, she has a total of 28.6 pounds lost total. So she's lost just about 30 pounds in the 3 weeks. That's amazing. Now she's wondering if she's losing it too fast. I would say no, she's not. It's going to slow down after a while. But for a while, she's going to, if she sticks with this and sticks to the calorie amount she's at now, she's going to continue to lose for quite some time. But it is going to start slowing down. Then she wants to show, a comparison from day 1 to day 22. And, she goes on saying how she can feel she's lost weight, her energy level, her movements, and I'm sure she can. And she says the way her clothes fit, I'm sure she can feel a difference and tell the difference. But when she shows the picture of day 1 and day 22, it's just her face. She said, she didn't think to do a full body shot. But you can't see a difference yet. Somebody her size, and this is not to diminish her progress, but somebody her size, it's going to take a lot more than 30 pounds before any of us can notice a weight loss on her. I would say it's going to take a good 100 pounds before we see a difference. At least a good 75 pounds before we can physically see a difference, that she's lost any weight. And then we move on to day 7 of her modified jumping jack challenge. And she made it to 51 modified jumping jacks. So she did increase by 1 from the previous day. So she is making progress. She's trying to move. She seems to be sticking with it so far. And I will give her credit for that. That's amazing. That does take a lot of willpower. 3 weeks, that takes a lot of willpower, a lot of strength. She's not my favorite person. She's done a lot of things I don't agree with in her life. And her personality, she's pretty much a mean, nasty person. I mean, we've seen her on the LCU, her real personality come out. But I will always give credit where credit is due, and that is amazing that she has lost these 30 pounds, close to 30 pounds in 3 weeks. And I do wish her the best, and I hope she continues on this path. But I have to wonder, if she continues on this path, what's going to happen with her relationship with Emily? Because we all know Emily prefers a certain stature of woman, a certain body size, shape of a woman. And if Amber drops weight, that is not, what Emily is attracted to. So, what's going to happen here? I mean, is Emily maybe in love with more than just Amberlynn's body and she'll stick with her? Or when she starts to see a noticeable, outward noticeable signs that she's lost weight, will she leave? Has Amber given this any thought? But of course, Amber, even though she has admitted that yes, this is what Emily's a part of this community and this is what she's into, it was proven with Emily's now deceased ex. But then Amber, she admitted this, but then she has since backtracked and say, no, that's not, Emily's just a fat admirer. But we all know the truth, whether Amber chooses to acknowledge it or not. But what do you think? If this weight loss continues, is Emily going to stay with her? Let me know what you think.